Yes, YouTube. Good morning. Happy New Year 2025. It's gonna be a crazy year, I promise you. You know, actually, we bounced on support 92K. We made a swing high. We retraced the 618. Usually, we retrace the 786 one more time, and then we have to see what's gonna happen, right? But I want to show you guys something different today also is that, for example, I'm in a long position at the moment, and one thing I always use while I'm in a position is the indicator moving average. So when you go to TradingView, I'll show you later in this video. When you go to the indicators on TradingView, you can select the 5MA. So it immediately adds 5 different moving average to your chart, right? And you can set them up individual. You can set them up individual, right? So that means actually while I'm in a trade, I can see very perfectly where I can expect support and resistance on every time frame. But usually when I'm in the trade, I use them on the lower time frames to see how the price is reacting on different levels. For example, we retraced the 618 now at this moment. So I'm expecting price to come back way more up to the 786, and there I want to see how they're reacting, right? So I will show you guys how I do that and how I manage my trade while I'm in the trade, right? You need to understand I'm trading on the 15 minutes, so it's a little bit of swing trades. Usually trades the duration of a trade is usually somewhere around 1 or 2 days. So yeah, when I'm in the trade, I use the moving average to control my trade and to check if it's playing out, right? So as that said, guys, let's go to the chart. So as you guys can see now, we're watching at BTC to USDT again. And what I actually told you guys is that we retraced this 618. It's not really perfectly. So for example, if we go to the daily, I pulled the fib here from this swing low to the top of this wick here. And you can see it almost hit it, right? But Fibonacci, I trust Fibonacci so much that it's always perfect. So what I do when it's not hitting perfectly, I want to see it hits perfectly, because the more accurate and lines are touched, the more I trust this setup. So what I always do is I try to fit my fibs from more perspectives to see which one fits the best, and that's the fib I use in my trading, right? So you can see it's not hitting perfectly. So what we do then is we go to the lower time frame, and then you can see that it's on the 8 hour it doesn't hit also, right? So what we do then, I go to the 4 hour, and then you can see there's no swing low to pull a fib off, right? But one thing I already noticed here is that if you pull a fib from this swing low, you can see that we hit the 786 here, right? So this one can tell us something, right? There's a possibility that this was the retracement and that we will see downside now again for BTC, but there's still liquidity on the upside, right? There's liquidity here. So one thing I've learned always is that price reacts on the 618 and the 786 and the 50 line, but I always want to see the price hits the 618 first to create a divergence to hit the 786 and then retrace, right? So that's a little bit the thing how I do it. So you can see the 618 here is also not hit perfectly. So I go to the lower time frame, and then you can see this sneaky swing low here, right? And that is the one we need to play on. So you can see now it hits perfectly, right? So, oh, excuse me. So what can we expect now is one swing high to the 786 to create a divergence here on the RSI to eventually come down. But what what is the next retracement we need to retrace to see more upside? That's a new 786, right? So when we go to the daily then, for example, if we hit this 786 here, we want to pull this fib here to this 786. And then our next retracement after a swing low should be this 786. If we hold this 786, that's confirmation that you will see more upside. So that's how I trade from 786 to 786 to 786, right? But I told you guys before that I also use the moving average. So for example, now at this moment, let me remove this Fibonacci here. So I'm in a long position now at the moment. I entered here, so I'm still in the gains, and I'm expecting price to come to 97k, 97.7k, as I told you guys yesterday. And that's actually this 786, right? 97.7k. But we pulled our fib to under 1 hour because it fits more perfectly under 1 hour. So I'm expecting now more accurate that the price will come to 97.3, almost 4k, right? So as that said, guys, back to the 15. But one indicator we can also use are the moving average. So if you go to indicators and you type in 5MA, then you have this. I think you need the pro version for this, but here you can find the 5MA. Once you add the 5MA to your chart, you can open it here and it will come here. So I use different lengths always on the moving average, right? It's very important which lengths you use, you know. It's a personal thing, but I really like to use this. I like to use the 15, the 50, the 80, the 100, and the 200, right? This is very important. So I show you guys some inside things, you know. While I'm in the trade, I like to control. I like to watch my trade with the moving average during my trading, right? So actually here on the 50-minute, what you can see always once we are bullish or when we want to become bullish, the price needs to come above the 200 moving average, right? So what you can see when you go to the lower time frame, for example, yesterday, price pumped up. You know, we were underneath the 200 under 1 minute. That means that we are bearish, right? But they pumped the price above the 200, so that means that we're bullish again, right? And what you always see is you want to go to the higher time frame to the 3 minute, for example. You see that that the 3 minute pumped also above the 200, but it rejected here on this 618, right? Wait, let me do this. So we became bearish again, but yeah, we retraced this 786 here on this swing high, and we pumped above the 200 again, right? So what you actually can see now is that we are underneath the 200 again. But one thing is very interesting about this chart is that we have a tight moving average. That means that when all moving average come together, you can expect expansion. In this case, I'm expecting bearish expansion. Why is that? Because we're underneath the 21, right? For example, if the 21 line crosses the 200 and we are underneath the 200, then you can expect bearish order flow. But when the price crosses like this under the 200 underneath, and the price is already above the 200, then you can expect expansion to the upside, right? The most important thing about to know about the moving average is the golden cross. That means that this red line, the 50 line, crosses the 200 line from under like this, then you can expect bullish order flow. That's what we called a golden cross. When this 50 line crosses from above, then we call it a dead cross, right? I can give you an example for here. Let me see. You can see this golden cross here. Then you can expect crazy expansion, and that's what we see here, right? So that's a very nice thing to know about the moving average. For example, to be honest, I was already in this trade. I didn't use the moving average to take this long position, but you can use it as confirmation in your trading that you are on the right path, right? You know, um, so yeah, that's how I control my trade with the moving average. You have to remember that you can expect bearish order flow here, but yeah, on the higher time frames we're still bullish. So I'm expecting retracement. I showed you guys that we hit the 618 here on the 1 hour, and that I'm expecting price to come to this 786, create a bearish divergence here on the RSI to eventually come back and then retrace the 786. And that's a crucial moment. If we retrace this 786 somewhere here, yeah, we will see more upside. If we do not, we see more downside. But all those things like Fibonacci, like your top-down analysis, the usage of moving average during your trading, you can see that the 5 minute lost the 200 also. So once we underneath the 200, we're bearish. Once we are above the 200, we're bullish, right? But yeah, if you watch at the 15, we're still above the 200. So the 15 is still bullish, right? And also in this kind of trading style, it's also, it means like the higher the time frame, the stronger the signal. So that's a little bit how it is. But you have to remember, once we lose the 1, the 3, and the 5 minute moving average 200, most likely higher time frames will also lose it. But yeah, it's one big puzzle, and you have to remember that you always do your top-down analysis. And if the higher time frames are bullish, in this case the 8 hour, as I showed you guys before, the 8 hour has a bullish divergence, a strong signal that you will see upside. So we will retrace this 786 most likely, and from there on we have to check again, right? So that's a little bit how I use the moving average during my trading to control my trades, right? So that's it. 4 hour bullish divergence, 8 hour bullish divergence. So yeah, you see this reaction, and one thing is also interesting, when you show your moving average, when you add your moving average as an indicator to your trading, then you can see that there's strong resistance on the 200. That means that if price comes down, that yeah, there's a lot of support, right? So that's why we're creating this divergence. So you can use all these indicators, like not all, but the only indicators I use are the moving average and Fibonacci and the RSI, and that's it. But you can see that they're reacting very nicely on each other, and it's all confirmation. So it gives you a confident feeling about your trading, and about your model, and about the way and the path you want to go in your trading, right? So yeah, and then the most important thing is just to stick to your model. Once you find out, you do your top-down analysis, you have your model and you have your trade set up, you just stick to your model, and that's it. And one thing I've learned, if you don't have a model, if you don't do your TA, just don't trade, because you're gonna lose. They're gonna wreck you. So that's a little bit it for today. I'm very grateful. New year, new opportunities, new chances. We're gonna make a crazy year of it, with a lot of I hope positive things for the world, because yeah, there's some tension, and but yeah, if we all stay positive and we manifest the same things, I think we will go through it. So new earth, I wish you all a very nice day and happy new year, and stay safe, make profits, and God bless you all. See you in my next video.
time. Think about me.